Hello guys, it's the Crazy Einstein. If you saw my new intro, I upgraded it. Just looks cool. If you want to know how to make those, just look at the link in the video description. Today I'm going to be doing a short comic review on the Amazing Spider-Man line. With great power comes great responsibility. Okay? This is a 3-pack of part 1s to a story. We have part 1, New Ways to Die, from the Amazing Spider-Man number 568. We have part 1 of Red-Headed Stranger from Amazing Spider-Man number 602, and part number 1 of The Grim Hunt, which is from Amazing Spider-Man number 634. I really like this comic. I only got to review part 1s. I've been looking for the other series on Amazon, but then I realized something. I had gotten this a long time ago, and I just now looked for it, but I realized that it was a limited series. So I'm only stuck with this one, but it's a great comic, and it really gets you into that, want to read the next one, but unfortunately I've looked on Amazon, eBay, I can't find anything, which sucks. But if you can find this thing, you are a lucky bastard, because I can't find it anywhere. eBay, Amazon, you name it, I can't find it. Maybe I'll come across some guy that's selling it for cheap, I don't know. Anyway, the front cover shows Spider-Man, and you see his symbiote suit, even though it really doesn't relate, but who cares, it's an awesome comic. So let's start out with the first page. It shows a brief, it shows basically a brief, flashback of Peter Parker / Spider-Man's backstory. You got a bunch of goblins and people in Peter Parker's life. Then we come across, you know, J. Jonah Jameson, but then you see that Peter Parker has actually been fired from his job, so that sucks. And then next we see what looks like a hobgoblin on crack. His name's Menace, and then he and Spider-Man get into a fight. It's just a drawn-out fight, and you know how Spider-Man's a smart aleck, and you know, he's talking, he's like fighting him. And then you see Spider-Man talking to Harry on the cell phone about like, I haven't read this in a long time, but still, they're talking about like, you know, the business and everything of Oscorp. And then we come across Robbie, the Daily Bugle, and then, you know, we're just talking, and then we see Norman Osborn. We see him meeting up with each other. So yeah, and then you see the alliance of criminals. You see Venom, and you see a bunch of basically like prototype suits of not prototype, like made suits of all the superheroes that they are killing. So then they kidnap Peter Parker right here, which really got me hooked. I really wanted to read the second part, but I could never find it, which sucks. And so yeah, and it says to be continued. You know what would be really great? If instead making it part one of 3 series, make it part 1, part 2, part 3 of 1 series. That would be awesome. This is just an ad for another comic, but Mary Jane looks really pretty in this one. I didn't know she was into motorcycles. But anyway, we see Peter Parker's POV, and we see that Mary Jane's been married, and there's a bunch of terrorist attacks. And then we see this man and this other guy who's basically been making masks of people and like pretending to be them and then killing them. So yeah, and then we see the Diamond Districts where Spider-Man is fighting the NYPD. And then we see a bunch of flashbacks from Peter Parker's life with J. Jonah Jameson and all this. And we see Mary Jane, she's talking to Harry. Then we see Peter Parker gets kidnapped from the guy. We see him making the mask. Then he seems to kill Peter Parker with the green acid. Then you see Peter Parker, but that ain't the real Peter Parker. So that will be a mystery. I'm going to save the Grim Hunt for you guys to find out, because the Grim Hunt is a really great story, and I just don't want to spoil it because it's too much spoilers. But this is a great comic. If you get the chance to get the whole series, then you are a lucky, lucky, lucky guy. I got this at my local bookstore. I was just picking up Spider-Man comics. I also got it with this one right here, Superman Batman Generations, which I haven't gotten to read yet. But anyway, Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, this is a great comic, and if you got the other two, it'll get you hooked, and it'll get you, you know. So that's the comic. It's eComics with the Crazy Einstein, and thanks for watching.